Hi there. Happy Soulful Sunday. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about my grocery store, Healthy Shop. Okay? So last week I popped on here and we talked about some things that you might want to consider for up-leveling your pantry, right? There's some items that we talked about so that you can have some healthy snacks, right? You can make some healthy snacks and things like muffins and protein balls and healthy granola bars that you can make for your house, right? For your fam jam. And so that was last week's scope, and it's posted below if you want to pick that up and join. And for anybody watching today, we're going to talk today about my healthy grocery store haul, okay? So I'm going to take the camera down so you can kind of get a better idea of what's on my counter here, okay? So I'll pull this down for you. See if we can do this. So you can get a better idea, okay, what I went to the grocery store and what I got. And we're going to go through all of this, okay? Go through what all of this is and why, right? We're going to talk about why we want this food, okay? So let's move it back, all right? Let's move it back and see if we can make this out. Okay, here we go. So let's start. Okay, so some of the things you want to consider in your everyday nutrition plan are things that I have here that you might want to consider bringing into your diet as well. Okay, so things like when you go to the grocery store, it can be a little bit intimidating, right? So you want to stay on the outside aisles, particularly mostly in the fruits and vegetables aisles, or you want to head down their organic aisle, right? So find the grocery store's organic aisle and check it out. So we're going to talk about some things that I have here on my counter, okay? So avocados. Avocados are amazing. They're actually fruit. It's one of the best foods that you can actually eat. Make sure that half of your food that you're consuming is coming from good quality healthy fats, all right? And it comes with a ton of saturated fats, right? Is good, basically is what avocados are. You can use it in guacamole dip, or you can slice it just plain like this with some sea salt and add some Atlantic wild sockeye salmon with it. Okay, some other things you might want to consider when you're grocery shopping are things like Brussels sprouts, right? I mean, I don't know if anybody had these or was made to have these as a kid, but as your palate develops, Brussels sprouts are something that are really awesome to have within your nutrition plan, okay? They're high in potassium, folate, vitamin C, calcium, fiber, and iron. And what you want to do is you want to boil them first, okay? You don't want to eat them raw. They don't taste very good raw. Boil them first and then drain them off and add lots of grass-fed butter or ghee to it and then some sea salt. And you know what? Kids really like it too when you cook it that way. Cabbage. Cabbage is awesome. It's really high in potassium, calcium, and vitamin K. All right, and it also, you might want to, it also can be high in pesticides, so watch out when you're buying your cabbage. You might want to consider maybe buying more organically than anything else because it is high in pesticides. The other thing that within my healthy shop is spinach, all right? Spinach is awesome, right? It's high in carotenoids, folates, and vitamin C, calcium, iron, and vitamin K. But just remember what you want to do with your spinach. Because it is high in oxalate as well, you want to make sure that you're cooking your spinach, okay? Not eating it raw. The other thing too that you might want to consider when you're grocery shopping are carrots. Carrots are so inexpensive and they're so good for you, okay? Carrots are a good source of carotenoids, potassium, calcium, phosphate, vitamin C, vitamin K. They're great for high in antioxidants. They're high in fiber, and they're great to cook, if, especially for anybody that has irritable bowel syndrome or any gut damage. You want to make sure that you certainly cook them. So carrots are wonderful to have on hand. Collards, these things scared the bejesus out of me. I don't know if they scared you when you first, if you've used them at all before. These are collards, okay? Dark leafy greens are so good for you, okay? These things are high in diindolylmethane, which these things modulate the immune function, all right? And it protects against bacteria and cancer and viruses. So these things are so awesome to have. Again, rinse them, chop them up, and cook them, okay? They're great for soups, stews, even just as a side dish with some butter and ghee and some sea salt, all right? Awesome to have. Bok choy. Again, this is another one too when I first started out that I was kind of afraid of, but it's so awesome. Bok choy is also known as Chinese cabbage, okay? It is so great for stir fries, for soups, stews, and again, you can have it as a side dish, all right? Bok choy. Celery. We all know what celery is, right? Celery is so awesome for so many things. Celery is, it's high in calcium, potassium, folate, beta-carotene, sodium, and actually one thing to point out is the Environmental Working Group found 13 different pesticides on our celery, so you want to make sure that you actually consider buying it organically. All right, cilantro and parsley. These are, I kind of have them bunched together here for you guys, but celery and parsley are awesome to have for natural spices and put into your food, okay? So if you're actually going to be cooking with spices and herbs, try to get as many as you can that are fresh, right? So here's some rosemary and also some thyme, okay? And let's move on. What else do I have here on my countertop that I can share with you? Spanish onion, which I didn't pull out. Onions, if you're heavy in training, so if you're doing a lot of weightlifting or you're doing a lot of heavy meditation, it's something that you want to avoid. And the reason why is it can cause a little bit of, it slows down your reaction time in your brain. Garlic and onions do, and they kind of zap your brain focus. So if you want to have onions, stick with salad onions and put them into your nutrition plan. Asparagus is another really good one too. I put that away in the fridge for some reason. It packs a ton of nutrition. It's low in carbs, it's high in vitamin K, iron, thiamine, and riboflavin, and it has a lot of soluble fiber. So it's really great to put into your nutrition plan. When you're grocery shopping, sweet potatoes. So this thing too, for a lot of people are like, sweet potatoes, I don't know, I don't even know what they are, what do they look like? Simple, easy, these things are amazing, okay? So sweet potatoes are high in, they're really, really tasty, and they're low in toxin, and they're clean burning starch, all right? And these starches are used for fuel. So it's really high in minerals and vitamins and antioxidants, and they have great compounds in the skin to improve insulin sensitivity and cholesterol and triglycerides. So apples. This is another cool thing that I have here on my countertop. So apples, this is something you want to make sure that you're, if you have a chance to buy organically, the Environmental Working Group found 56 different pesticides on apples after they were soaked and clean. Okay, so 56 different pesticides were left on the apple skin. So make sure if you're buying apples, consider organic. Anything with thin skin, you want to make sure that you're considering organic, okay? Anything with thicker skin, you can check out the Environmental Working Group Clean 15 and the top 12, the Dirty Dozen. Gives you a better idea of how to allocate your budget towards what types of foods. So I'm going to touch base on quickly too, these little things, these little stickers on all of the food, these are called price lookup codes, okay? And I want you to be more mindful of these things here. They're just not on here for decoration on your food, these little tiny things, okay? So let's talk about what they are. So these price lookup codes, they come with the digits, so 4 digits, 5 digits, okay, on these little stickers. And what they do is they stand for, so 4 means it's been conventionally grown, all right? 8 means GMO, and 9 means organic. So when you look at the first number of the price lookup code, 4 is conventionally grown, 8 is GMO, and 9 is organic. So you want to steer more towards 9, okay? Wherever possible. What else do I got on here that I can share with you? Oh, butter, my favorite, Kelly Gold butter. So Kelly Gold butter is grass-fed butter. It's high in fat-soluble vitamins, antioxidants, healthy fats like vitamin A, E, and D. And olives I left in the fridge, which I wish I hadn't have. Olives are another great source of fats, but just be careful too that you're not getting them with things with. So olives are they're really interesting, right? So olives are really good for you, but you have to watch some bad oils that they can be packed in, or the flavors with hidden MSG. All right, so make sure you're reading the labels on your olives, but they're all really good source of fats, but you just gotta watch what they're packed in and make sure that they're not flavored with any hidden MSG. Broccoli, for anybody, Broccoli is so amazing. It's high in vitamin C, fiber, phosphorus, calcium, folate, vitamin K, and carotenoids. It also has the dindolin methane, which we talked about earlier. It's antiviral, anti-cancer, and properties that are in it. The other thing I think we talked about, maybe we didn't talk about cauliflower. Cauliflower I also have on here. Cauliflower is so awesome. It's low in carbs, it's high in vitamin C and potassium and calcium and fiber, and it also helps repair your DNA. All right, so cauliflower. We talked about broccoli. Oh, what else do I have on my counter here? Oh, zucchini. Zucchini is actually known as summer squash. So when people used to talk about summer squash, I was like, what is that, right? So zucchini is also interchanged with summer squash. It's high in potassium, phosphate, fiber, and it's low in carbs. And watch out too, because a lot of them are grown GMO. And so you want to make sure, and on here it's got the price lookup code, and it starts with the number 9. So it's good to go. Plus it has organic on here and non-GMO. So look for the little stickers, right? These little stickers actually mean something on your food. What else do I have on here? Oh, bacon. I picked up some bacon. Everybody loves bacon, right? I want to touch base on bacon. So bacon, you want to make sure that it doesn't have any preservatives in it, and that it's not cured. All right, and there's no nitrates or MSG in it, and there's no antibiotics as well. So bacon. What else do I have here? I think I basically touched base on everything. So what you want to look for when you go to the grocery store, stay to the outside part of your aisles, okay? Focus on good quality foods, and check out the Environmental Working Group for your Clean 15 or your Dirty Dozen, the 12 foods that are the most, basically the Dirty Dozen are things that you want to focus on buying organically, and the Clean 15 allows you to take consideration into some of the foods that you may want to be able to buy more conventionally, okay? Looking for that number 4 price lookup code. The other thing too with your meats, you want to focus in on grass-fed meat, not grain-finished, so grass-fed and grass-finished. And they also have this thing called the Animal Welfare code, and it goes from 1 to 5. So when you're buying your meat, it's actually just located on the bottom left where the barcode is. Right beside the barcode to the right-hand side of the package, it'll actually have a rating from 1 to 5, and what you want to focus on is number 4 or 5. It means that the animals were treated a little bit better during their growth. So that's what I had to share with you today. I just wanted to pop on here quickly to show you some of the healthy foods that you can actually buy from the grocery store, and even though they might look like collards and bok choy, a little bit scary, sweet potatoes too, they might look a little bit scary, but go out there and be adventurous, right? And try some of these and put them into your nutrition plan. One of the things that I didn't touch base on here are some low GI fruits that you also want to bring into your diet. Things like raspberries and blackberries and strawberries and blueberries, okay? Also, again, the Environmental Working Group, lots of pesticides on these types of foods, so focusing in on organically is better for you. So I hope you found this to be helpful, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and most people do a lot of grocery shopping on Sunday, so that's the reason why I wanted to pop on here today on Sunday, so I could share all of these wonderful tips with you, and hopefully you can include some of these in your cart today, okay? Cheers, happy Sunday!